Hello and welcome to Color Matching. This is the Great Lengths color swatches. We use these for both our keratin bonds and our tapes. In Great Lengths tapes, we have 24 colors and 2 rooted colors to choose from. If you like, you can attach the sticker on each of the options for tapes to remind you of the color options available. There are a few things to remember when color matching. Never do it over the phone or by a picture, and make sure the client has fresh color to match the extensions to. It's a good idea to think of the base color being roughly 50% of the color choice, highlight color being 25%, and low light color being 25%. You want to take the swatch, fan it out, and put it directly up to the hair to match the existing color correctly. With tapes, you can use 2 of the same colors together to create a sandwich, or use 2 different colors together to create even more dimension. Whichever color is on the top will be the predominant color. Now my client I'm dealing with at the moment is a brunette, so I've taken my brunette's swatch. You'll see there are multiple different tones throughout there. If we hold that against the client's head, we can see there's different reflex throughout the hair. So if I'm holding this up, obviously anything on this side is going to be far too light. So eliminate those from your consultation, leaving us with the highs and the lows. There are some warmer reflex through the mid-lengths and ends. So what we're going to do is part the hair. Find out where your client sits naturally at the base, so at the root area. If you hold your swatch up, we're more than likely the darker side. But as hair naturally lifts through oxidization, the ends do start to get a little bit lighter. So we're going to want to sandwich that with something slightly different in the tonal quality. That way you're going to get the most natural finish. So you would sandwich with your darker on the top, as that's the predominant tone. The lighter would be on the underneath of your sandwich. When they're placed together, it gives you a much more natural finish. So we're now dealing with a client that has multiple tones throughout her hair. We have some blondes, we have some warmer browns. So we're going to take both our swatches, the swatches of blondes, the swatches of brunettes. By doing that, we know that her hair is naturally darker. We have some of that regrowth in there. So we're going to need to look at that for our baseline color. So again, by doing that, we're just going to take your client, don't be afraid to get in there and really search. So this is where you're going to need to take the brunette swatch. Hold this up against the hair. Where are we sitting? These we already know are going to be too dark. So we know we're sitting within that warmer realm. Either or both sandwiched together would be a perfect blend. As that's the color you have underneath, through the top we are that little bit lighter. So this is now where we're going to go into the blondes. Take those sections down, take your blonde swatch ring and play with this against the hair. Now we already know the outer colors are going to be far too cool. So we're going to select the internal tones. And I'm a stickler for perfection. So then what I would probably suggest to do is taking these 2 tones and again sandwiching, because through the top we have just the reflex of the lighter. I would sandwich the darker on the top, the lighter on the underneath through the bottom sections. As we then move closer to the face frame, using the same 2 tones, but I would flip that balance. So therefore I would then keep your darker on the underneath. Topping the sandwich with the lighter is really going to give you that pop of blonde.